how does it give you an edge? Being that active person, running or other things, how do you have an edge over the other guys?
I mean, I don't want you to sound arrogant, but I actually went. I exercise a lot, and I've moved on now from. I used to run a lot. Now I've moved on to triathlons. So I do 3 or 4 half Ironmans a year all over the globe. And so this morning, for example, I ran 20K and I biked 45. And I got out of bed at 3:30 and I was on the road at 4. And last week I had a really bad crash. The dog came and just took me out. Talk about safety. And the funny thing is that when I do these things even during the week, and when I get home, and I go to work and I'm meeting people, I'm looking at the other. If I'm meeting somebody for like a negotiation or meeting him for the first time to make a pitch, I'm looking at him and thinking to myself, listen, I got up this morning and I'm 20K. What did you do? So I just feel, a little, superior. And that's in my mind. So it's not like I'm talking that loud, but yeah, that helps me. I guess it gives you confidence. I mean, you do these things, and running is all like, it's like they were talking in the movie. Running is all mental. Any type of exercise, a lot of it is mental. And I think the older you get, you realize that.
For me, the most relevant point, perhaps, is the learning, the capacity to do adjustments. Especially in my case, that I'm more focused in the marathon distance and in training to make it faster and faster and faster. And when it's always a long-term target. You cannot prepare a fast marathon in 2 weeks. It requires 4 months. And where you have to do the plan and then checking, and every week, every 2 weeks, things are going not right, wrong. And sometimes if the target is too high, there is someone that it consumes a lot of energy, your mental energy. When you fix a high target then automatically all the paces has to be high, the intervals, the tempo, the easy. If you don't get it there, then that consumes you a little bit negative. You're boring, upset with yourself, and that moves to everything in life. You reach your office with bad face because things are not going on right. So those situations, when also I have seen myself and some other people that I'm trying to help. When you do adjustments, it's okay. Let's lower a bit the targets. Let's not be ambitious. If now some people is targeting for ADHM. If 145 is becoming too tough, and every week you see that I'm not getting, and you get anxious, upset, and negative. If you lower your target a bit, okay, let's make it 150 this year, and let's see next. Automatically, the same running you were doing is more motivating, because when you lower the target, then the paces required are less, and automatically you start clicking right. Okay, I got it. Even 2 seconds faster. Yes. So you finish every day the run with more positive energy, and that translates to everything. That's in the office or in the family, with your friends. In my case, the construction company, the subcontractor. Okay, instead of telling them, no, you have to reach here, this deadline and finish. When you know, and everybody knows that he cannot do it. We would love to do it, but he cannot do it. Okay, let's do adjustments. Let's lower a bit the targets. And let's give us some more positive thoughts around the issue. That, I think, it's like, for me, it helps. That's also make them mental health.
First of all, I find it amazing de-stressor. So you get up in the morning, like Himmat said, before you start a day, you have a sense of accomplishment. And it also clears the head. So I kind of plan my day, sometimes my week, running in the morning. And I found that some of my best thinking actually comes while I'm running. So actually that's gives me a positive start to a day and very inspiring. Second thing, I'll say that the sense of accomplishment. I generally try to check up the year with the Mumbai Marathon, which generally tends to happen that it so happens it's right after our annual global meeting. So I land the night before and go into this. It's brutal, but you check box. Wow, you started the year good in January, and you feel like that you have a sense of accomplishment. So that really kind of helps you do that. And then I'll say that, a couple other things, from a boardroom point of view. One thing is the discipline, right? You got to get up in the morning and kind of wake yourself up and put yourself on the track. And now, if you're doing marathon, you got to train for that. So you got to have a schedule, you got to follow the schedule. That discipline translates really well in real life and business also, right? It's about, focus. It gets you focus, a sense of continuous improvement. I try to do, I'm getting not any younger, but I want to set a target lower every year of my time. So it gives you a sense of, continuous improvement, which kind of translates well in the business world. So those are things I'll say works well for me in the boardroom setting.
I'm not as disciplined as any of these guys. So first of all, I should tell you guys, don't get worried that you have to run the half marathon every morning to be able to compete in the half marathon. I'll be very honest with you. I exercise regularly every day, but I do 30 minutes on my cross trainer. That's all. And just 1 month before the race or 2 months, I just start increasing the number of rounds I do in Nehru Park. So it's not. Don't despair when you hear this. Number two. On getting old, this comment that you made that you're getting older and your targets. My first race that I ran was 59 at 59, and my best timing was at 62, which was 1 hour 52. I've set no targets. I said whatever it is, we'll see. And I was very surprised if you look at the Airtel Half Marathon and if you look at the first 3 guys in the 60 to 65 category, which is my category now. Their timings are actually better than the guys in the 55 to 60 categories. So there's first of all hope. Age is not a factor. You got to just keep it going. I think insofar as what it does, I think it's a kick. In my case, one of my partners has just walked in here, Suresh, and I'm very happy that we in the firm we've got 3 age categories: young, quite young, very young. So I've hogged young for myself, and I'm happy that I'm able to run the race and run at a time which is pretty good, as fast as most of my partners. So that's one. It gives you a little kick. Secondly, if you can motivate somebody else, that feels good. Thirdly, it's something you can be modest about. Frankly, you have to be modest about what you do in life and what cases you won or what deals you've done. But I think there are some things you can be modest about. One of them is my running, and in my conference room I have no legal certificates, I have no deal mementos, but I have my 4 certificates. And every client who comes in has, I've sort of nudged them, and it's good fun. Sometimes people come, from a legal magazine who want to interview you, and I see that the person is actually looking around the conference room waiting for me to join, and I see those certificates, and their first question is, "Oh gosh, you run?" I say, "Why? Lawyers are not supposed to run." Is that a sort of surprise to you? So I think it's the collective feeling of being feeling good, and obviously a little bit of the awe factor, especially in my age group where everybody's complaining about knee. The bullshit, go to Rajat Chauhan. Whether your knees are bad or your head is bad, he'll make you run.